Hello, my name is Chris Fox. I'm one of the senior sales engineers at PCI Pal. What I'd like to do today is to take you through a brief introduction to PCI compliance and why it matters. So we're going to look at an overview of PCI compliance. We're then going to talk about why PCI compliance matters. And then we're going to talk about the PCI Pal products that can help a business to become PCI compliant. And we're also going to talk about next steps. So PCI DSS is the payment card industry data security standard. It was originally formed in 2004, and it was formed by all of the major card brands, so Barclaycard, Mastercard, American Express, etc. And it was originally set up to start to combat the breaches and the loss of customer data and the resulting fines that are around losing that data. It actually applies to any business that wants to take credit card or debit card payments from a consumer or from a customer. And it impacts contact centers, but it also impacts back office operations. So really, it's any part of a business that wants to take payments, whether over the phone. So this is commonly called a MOTO payment or mail order, telephone order payment, but also digital payments as well. So if a business wants to take payments via SMS or web chat, WhatsApp, it also applies to those payments as well. So as you can see, why compliance matters. Over on the right there, it shows that there are 12 sets of requirements and policies to become PCI compliant. Within those 12 sections, there are 260 policies and procedures that have to be adhered to by a business to become PCI compliant. It's actually quite a large piece of work. We've already spoken about what PCI DSS is and what it means. So who does it impact? As I said earlier, it impacts all companies that want to take and handle payments with their customers. What does descoping mean? Descoping is when we talk about removing card data and sensitive data from a business environment, whether that be the agents or the staff, databases, CRM systems, call recording. Descoping means taking card data away from all of those environments. Why does it matter to your customers? Well, actually, what you want to start to do is to create that reputation of trust. I think we've all seen the media recently. There's been a lot of businesses that unfortunately have lost customer data and have had resulting fines, monetary fines, but also loss of reputation as well. And this is what we want to avoid with PCI compliance. How often is compliance audited? Well, it's actually every single year. This is not just a one-off. A business that want to become PCI compliant need to be audited every single year to ensure they're still meeting the compliance requirements. Compliance without compromise. There's a few interesting statistics here. I'm not going to run through all of them, but I'll pick out a couple. So pause and resume. It's the most common thing we hear at PCI Pal is that a business believe that they are fully PCI compliant because they pause their call recordings. Well, it's just not true. They are only partially compliant. I'll cover this more in a moment. And as I kind of said earlier, customer expectation is increasing. Okay, with the media, there is a lot of consumers and customers that would rather deal with a business and transact with a business, whether they are renewing their insurance or buying something with a retail business. They want to ensure that their card data, their sensitive data, is going to be safe and is not going to be stolen. So let's look at some misconceptions in PCI compliance. I spoke earlier about pause and resume. It's probably one of the biggest misconceptions in the industry, in the market, that businesses actually do believe that they are fully compliant with pause and resume. It's not true. They are only partially compliant. Clean room environments is another thing, but unfortunately, it doesn't really work for remote agents, of course, but also diminishes morale. Then we look at encrypted voice over IP. technology is available, but it can be expensive, and it affects all calls. And we've also got that single payment channel. I know as a consumer that if I choose to contact a business, let's say via web chat, I don't want to then be told, actually, if you want to make a payment, you have to call us. It's not very good customer experience. We should be able to keep that customer in their channel of choice to make that payment. So let's look at a non-compliant contact center and all the areas of the environment that are affected. So you've got the call coming in, you've got the business in red there. So you've got the telephony system, you've got the customer recordings, you've got databases and CRMs, the agents themselves. All of these things are in scope, or what we call in scope for PCI compliance. And there is that risk of that data leak. Let's now move on to a contact center or a back office operation that are using pause and resume. As you can see, and as we mentioned earlier, yes, it's making that customer recording compliant, but not everything else. Everything else remains in scope for seeing or hearing sensitive data. Now, with someone like PCI Pal, your whole operation, your whole contact center and back office operation can become completely compliant, fully compliant for PCI, without the need to go through the 260 questions, procedures, etc. So what we are talking about at PCI Pal is really transforming that payment experience. So enabling a business to descope from PCI DSS completely, providing that full omni-channel payment solution, so the ability to pay in any channel. PCI Pal also support a very wide range of payment gateways. So these are people like Barclaycard, Stripe, Payo, etc. And we also provide that intuitive agent and customer experience. Let's look at how PCI Pal works. PCI Pal works by being on the call and active just for that point where a payment needs to be taken. So what you can see is the call is coming through to the contact center, but PCI Pal is being enabled just at that point of payment to take that payment securely. What it means is no sensitive payment data will ever enter the environment, whether it be the contact center or the back office. No sensitive data is going to be in that environment. The way it works is that the payment is taken securely, and I'll show you the three products that we offer. There is a solution called Click to Pay. Click to Pay is the ability to take a payment in a digital channel, whether that be WhatsApp, SMS, etc. The way that works is by the ability for the agent or a bot or IVR to send a customer a payment link that they then open on their device to make that payment. We also have something called Speak to Pay. This is the ability for someone to speak their card details, but in a fully PCI compliant manner, meaning, again, the environment doesn't see or hear card data. We also have Key to Pay. Key to Pay is the ability to take a payment on the phone. At that point of payment, the agent activates PCI Pal and then invites that caller to enter their card data using their keypad on their device. Again, with all three of these products, it takes or de-scopes the environment completely and absolutely removes that compliance risk. Now, finally, your next steps. There are two things available here. One is you can contact PCI Pal for more information. There's a web address there or a QR code if you would like to scan it. We can also offer a live demo for you. So if you actually want to see these products working and how they would work in your environment, then contact us for a demo. There's a web address there and a QR code for you to contact us. So hopefully that's helped with a brief introduction to PCI compliance today, and thank you very much for watching.